What is going on to whoever may be watching this?
And welcome back to the Six Men.
We are back with another vid. Took a little hiatus. We had a little bit of some issues to figure out, but we're good. And we're just going to go right with free agency.
We're back at it.
There's been a lot of signings and there's been a lot of trades that have been going on in free agency. And like always, it just keeps the league interesting. So we're just going to bounce right into it. Today, we're going to be discussing winners, our opinions as well. Everyone might have their own fucking opinion on something, but our opinions on the winners and losers of free agency. And we have two teams at the end where we'll talk about, they need to do something. They got to do something. So without further ado, let's go.
The first winner on the offseason was the Bulls.
Very obvious.
Two big additions added Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, and Caruso. Defensive stud off the bench. With that new starting five of Lonzo, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, and Vucevic. Big starting five, they're looking really good.
Yeah, so the thing with Markkanen is you would always think that he would probably be starting on this team, but he's not very happy where he is, and we just don't know what he's going to do. So, I mean, even if they get rid of Markkanen, the Bulls are still in a great place because what team doesn't want a big shooter? The only issue with Markkanen, he just is always hurt.
Yeah.
That's the only issue. He can be a great trade bait. Personally, in my opinion, with the Bulls though, is even with all of these additions and all the money they're paying DeRozan, they're paying Lonzo, they're paying, well, I wouldn't say they're paying Caruso a lot, but all these signings and everything, they're still not going to be a top 5 seed.
They're not a contender.
So when you're looking at it from winners and a loser standpoint in free agency, they're winners because of all the signings they had. Even if you look at last season with picking up Vucevic and all that, their team looks good. But are they better than the Sixers? Are they better than the Nets? Are they better than the Bucks? Are they better than the Heat?
No.
You're not putting yourself in a position to win a championship, but it's definitely the right step.
So saying that, where do you have them next year?
I got the Bulls going like 44-38 if the league is doing an 82-game series, because last year it was 72, but I'm assuming they'll go back to their regular format of 82. I give them a 44-38 record sitting in the 6th or 7th seed.
Same thing with me. I'd say they're around 45 wins, you know. Like I said, they're definitely not a contender in the East, but I believe they're going to make the play-in at least, you know. Definitely a good regular season team.
And it's either they're going to be at one of the bottom seeds or they're going to be in the play-in. They will have some type of playoff berth, kind of.
Definitely will be a lot better than last year.
But hopefully Lonzo will work out, which I definitely think he will. I think Lonzo's going to have a huge season this year. Second obvious winner.
Show the shirt.
I'll just show the shirt. The New York Knicks. For one, let me just start going. They got a 41-31 record last year. One of the best defensive teams in the league. They had no one. They got Randle. Who the fuck is Julius Randle? Now he's an all-star, right? Think about Julius Randle. Had a great season last year. What do? They extend him. But what? Not to the max. Who'd they pick up? Kemba Walker. When I read they picked up Kemba, my heart dropped. Why? Because I don't want to overpay him. But guess what? Less than $8 million a year for Kemba. What did we struggle with in the playoffs? Shooting. What do? We get Kemba and we get Fournier. The Knicks are doing everything they need to do. They were 41-31 last year. They lose no one except Reggie Bullock. Their defense is going to be there. Mitch is coming back 100 pounds bigger.
Yes,
he's coming different. The Knicks are in a great place. I got them in that 4-5 spot. I'll give the Knicks like 47 wins. I think they're another right where they were, the 4-5 seed. I love it.
Let me say something. You know, they had the same team as last year. They're going to get better with the additions of Kemba and Fournier. There's no way they're not a 5 seed again.
And they keep D Rose.
Listen. All I'm going to say is Trae Young, run it back in MSG. We'll see what happens.
That is facts.
Run it back. We'll see what happens.
I will be there too. I will definitely
have to be there.
And also, before I end with the Knicks are paying Kemba Walker less money than Derrick Rose. Welcome back to New York, Kemba. It's great to see
Cardiac.
you. If we paid you $20 million, I wouldn't be happy to see you. But hey, welcome back, you fucking $7.5 million. Whoop!
Yes, sir. The next winner in the offseason is definitely my team, the Lakers. They were 42-30 last season, and now they added, obviously, Westbrook. At the beginning, I was kind of like iffy about it, you know, because it's Westbrook. He's not really a shooter. Their best shooter was LeBron at the moment, so I'm like, it's not going to work out.
What?
But hey, they did it. They added a bunch of shooters. Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, Wayne Ellington, Trevor Ariza, and Melo. Money Melo. You can't forget about Money Melo. Listen.
I hate Melo.
Love to see it. Westbrook now can take the load off of LeBron and AD for a little bit, and he can just go. He can just play, go 100% every single game. LeBron and AD can coast until the playoffs. Hopefully they don't get hurt this season. I think they're going to be really good next season.
I got like the Lakers in like a 2-3 kind of see probably 58 wins. Like he said in the beginning, when they signed Westbrook, everyone's like, dude, they literally, you saw the meme on Twitter and everything, what's stopping the Lakers this year? Yeah, the 3-point line. And then they pick up all the shooters he's talking about that they're paying for a combined total of like Malik Monk, Nunn, Melo, all those guys, Ariza, they're paying less than $10 million for all of them combined. Every single one of those guys shoots like 40% from three. And if they don't shoot 40%, they're a little under it. Like Nunn's like 38, but Monk's 40. Ariza, the guy's been shooting threes his whole entire career. And now LeBron's gonna be able to rest. AD's gonna be able to rest. They got just Westbrook. This is what will happen. LeBron will sit out a game. The ball will be in Westbrook's hand all game. We'll just go and get a triple-double. That's it.
That's it. That being said, I also believe they're gonna be a top 3 seed in the West, and I think they are the current favorites in the West as well. I think they're gonna finish with at least 55 wins, 56 wins.
Definitely 55. Those are the 3 winners that we thought of. As we were going through it, we only wanted to do 3 teams because it would get too much, but another honorable mention, in my opinion, is the Wizards. The Wizards, they did get rid of Westbrook, but they picked up depth, and then they picked up Dinwiddie. And Dinwiddie's nice. So I wouldn't count the Wizards out of a little bit of like a late playoff run or something, like a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, around the pack. But honorable mention to the Wizards. Next, losers. I love the losers. 1, the Pelicans. For once, Zion's not happy. You could read the reports. His family isn't happy. He's not happy. I wouldn't be happy too if I'm the greatest talent coming in the fucking last 20 years and I go to the New Orleans Pelicans. The biggest issue with them, C. Alonzo, the primary ball handler, 6'8", point guard. He was a little shaky, don't get me wrong, but you got to give these guys some time. Lonzo didn't want to be there no more. He's out of there. With the Lonzo trade, they picked up Satoransky, who I will give it to them. I think he averages around 6 or 7 assists. He's a good ball handler, but that's all he really does.
Who is that?
He's a ball handler. He's a ball handler.
All right.
That's it, though. That's pretty much it. They got Satoransky and Garrett Temple
and a second
round pick. I mean, they're on their fourth
coach at Zion.
2 years. Yep. They're doing nothing to want Zion there. Even though the Pelicans had a not great offseason, they had a 31-41 record last year. They lose Lonzo. I still think they're going to have a better record than they did last year because you're going to have third-year Zion. What is Ingram, 5th year now?
Yep.
Fourth year. Like, those two are getting better. He's a good ball handler. He's a good assist guy. They got Valanciunas. They're definitely stepping in a right direction. Free agency, they weren't great, but I still give them a couple more wins.
Let's just keep the same coach for Zion too, you know?
Keep the same coach. Let him ride it out.
It's not a good look for him, you know?
Just not. I got them as a 9th seed. They'll be in the play-in.
I had them making the play-in tournament at 41-41. I don't think it'd be that much worse or that much better.
Yeah, they're like a 500 team.
The next loser in free agency was the Raptors. They were 27-45. They lost Lowry. It was time for him to go. You know, he's kind of getting older or whatever. But they also now have new rookie, power forward, 6'10".
I think.
He's a bucket. I've been watching him.
He's not a bucket.
He's not a bucket?
He's not a bucket.
I've been seeing him on Twitter.
He's not a bucket.
Am I capping right now?
He's not a bucket. He could shoot though.
He'll shoot like 21 and 10 the other day.
He might have, but he ain't gonna be a bucket in the league. I don't think he's a 20-point scorer. I think he's like a 10-point scorer. He's gonna be good. Defensive stud, but he's definitely not a bucket.
Either way, the Raptors have a lot of talent. They just gotta find out how to use it. They have Fred, Siakam, Shea. They just have to find out like the right pieces put together. You know, they have a good coach, so maybe they'll get better in the future. But right now, I don't think they're getting that much better than last year.
From an overall standpoint and free agency, not the best look. I still think they're going to make play-in. They'll be around like that 8th to 10th seed, 38 wins, 44 losses. Give or take a couple games, they could be like around a 500 team. I think they're still slightly under 500. They got the coach and everything, but we'll see. Last loser we're going to be talking about is the Grizzlies. I'm going to make this quick because it's just like who really cares about the Grizzlies except if you're talking about John Morant. But one thing, you lose Valanciunas for what? You get Steven Adams now, and then you got Bledsoe, and now Bledsoe's gone. You got Rondo and Beverly. So you've picked up Beverly, Rondo, and Steven Adams. What is your agenda? What are you trying to do? Are you really going to keep Rondo and Beverly? I feel like at least one of them is going to get bought out. 100%. What do you need Rondo for? What was their idea in free agency? Why are you getting rid of Valanciunas and getting Steven Adams? Valanciunas is what, 20 and 10?
Yeah,
he's not a consistent 20 and 10, but he's like 15 to 20 points a game, 10 to 12 rebounds a game. Better than Steven Adams. Offensively, he's there. It's just, I keep asking myself, I look at these trades, I'm like, what were you trying to accomplish here?
Grizzlies are lost right now. They're just making dumb trades that won't help their team at all.
I think this is the only team that's actually going to get a lot worse.
A lot
I
worse.
think they are a bottom 4 team in the West now. I don't get this whole, like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, these trades just didn't make sense. I'm not too in depth with cap space or anything. Are they trying to free up room? Who the fuck's gonna sign there or want to go to Memphis anyway? What are you trying to accomplish? Just let me know, because I can't figure it out.
With that being said, I also don't think they'd be this good this year. They're just going to rely on John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Dillon Brooks. He's a dog, but like...
Dillon Brooks is going to need a big year.
Yeah.
It seems like they have trust in these guys, and they're like, okay, they're going to take us to the next level. Listen, if that's the case, good for you.
ahead.
They never had crazy shooting, the best shooting, but they lose Grayson Allen, who was having one of his better seasons yet. We just remembered that Jaren Jackson's a person, so he's coming back too. But still, like, I just don't see them making much noise yet. Because I think a lot of teams got better, and they really...
Worse. One of the teams that got worse.
If they got worse, or they just, like, didn't do anything. Like, they just stood right there.
They're just lost.
So we talked about winners and losers. In the beginning of the video, we said there's 2 teams that were just waiting for something to happen, and it's very obvious. The Trailblazers and the 76ers. What the fuck is good with Ben Simmons? Where is he going? Sixers, what are you doing? He hasn't called anyone on the team, all connection gone. Make the move. Get him out of there. You tried getting 4 first-round picks, 4 pick swaps, 4 players from something like... He didn't hit 1 jump shot.
He didn't.
And you're trying to get a trade as if he's like James Harden. Like, stop.
He ain't Harden.
Stop the madness. I'm done with it. Get Ben out of there. All he's worth is a couple first rounds, maybe a pick swap or 2, and maybe a player or 2.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Get some help.
If I'm the Sixers, I'm fucking trading Ben Simmons for Damian Lillard right now. Make it happen, because Ben Simmons is not going to play. I'll put some money on it. He's going to pull a James Harden. He will not play this season until he gets traded.
I like that prediction. I like that. I think he would pull some shit like that. And it's very interesting that the 2 teams that haven't made a move yet, you're saying that they should move with each other.
Yes, they're gonna.
It's not a bad idea. Lillard and Embiid?
Oh, that's at least a top. That's top 2.
That might be a 1 seed.
I wouldn't be a 1.
Because that team's got defenders too.
They're dogs. They got Tobias Harris too. Then to keep him.
They just need to make the move. The Sixers just make the move. And the Blazers. What are you doing with Lillard? You're getting rid of people. You lose Melo. You're losing all these guys. And Lillard, you didn't do shit last year. You ain't doing shit this year. Get him out of there. I know he wants loyalty and all this bullshit, but just get him out of there.
Get him out. If I'm the Trailblazers or if I'm Damian Lillard, I'm definitely out of there. You had too many seasons of you just losing constantly with the same team. It's like you gotta like realize like this is not the team for me. I gotta get out of here.
We respect the loyalty.
I respect it.
Everyone should. He tried his goddamn best.
Dame Lillard has to ask for a trade, like demand a trade or demand a player to come.
You did everything you could, Lillard.
Can't do that much more.
No one's gonna hate you.
No one.
Just get out of there. We could get you one of these.
Just stop being a baby back bitch and do it.
You ain't winning.
Right?
You are not winning in Portland. You are not Bill Walton, the only guy to ever bring a championship back to Portland.
You ain't Bill Walton.
You ain't shit. Actually, you are shit, but you ain't winning.
Nah.
We talked about some winners. We talked about some losers. We talked about 2 teams where it's just like, do something, please. Thank you for watching. All of the information about all of our social media and everything is
TikTok,
going to be
Instagram.
In the description. The TikTok's been doing really good. We're trying to get the Instagram off the feet. Give it follows. We still have not had a single comment on a single video. Give me some feedback.
Come on, man.
What do you want to see? I need to know. Give me ideas. Give us ideas. Anything. But check out the social media. Leave a comment. Roast us. Do whatever you got to do. Just something. Give me something to work with. We're trying to make the best out of this. So thank you.
See you next time.
See you next time.